This is embarrassing.
For you, not for me.
50% of your income is dedicated to horses.
That's
life.
what I want to do with them. You got to start somewhere.
You're trying to rush there
Yeah,
to feel
I want
good.
to be there like tomorrow.
But you're not. No. You're not willing to negotiate on something that you objectively cannot afford. This is the dumbest fucking thing. This is the worst conversation I've had in my life. But I'm done. I'm fucking done. Download my new Simpler Budget app today and take control of your money once and for all.
My name is Macy. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Killeen, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
Killeen, Texas. We always get... Anytime someone from Killeen, Texas comes on, they're fucking characters.
What's wrong with Killeen?
Nothing, as far as I know. I've never been. It's just every time someone comes on,
you should go visit.
I don't know. Based on the people I've met that have come there, every time I have someone on from Killeen, they are wild. But okay, thanks for coming on.
Hopefully, I'll live up to this.
Does that mean military? Because I know a lot of people there are military.
I wasn't Army
what do you
though.
do?
I wasn't Army though. I was Marine Corps.
Oh, were so this is past.
Yeah. So I joined the Marine Corps in 2016 from Anoka, Minnesota. I went to I went to Parris Island, South Carolina for boot camp. I went to Camp Geiger, North Carolina for MCT. Went to 29 Palms, California.
So you served in the military.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you do now? That's what I'm curious.
Right now, I am a employee at Domino's.
That's an interesting transition.
Yes.
Domino's. What do you do at Domino's?
Everything. I make the pizza.
Manager or just floating around?
They were training me. They were in the process of training me.
Why is we're training?
They've had other people that have shown more interest in becoming a manager.
You're not interested.
It's kind of like if they want me to be, I will be, and I think I.
Well, why would they want to be the person to be the manager that doesn't want to be the manager more than the person that wants to be the manager?
Exactly. So that's why they didn't make
So
me.
You don't want to be though?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
It's too much right now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I understand where you're at in terms of what you want. So what do you make in this job?
I make $9.75 an hour. I make like
Wait, $9.75? No one even makes that in Austin. Like basic minimum in Austin's like 16 these days. How is $9.75 even a thing? Only that because Killeen's not that far.
I make
$9.75. What gets your account from this?
And that's so
total income.
Yeah.
Payroll $1,251.
Yeah. So, okay. And also one of those checks though, in that statement was a light check because my dad had come down to Texas for 2 weeks. And so I didn't work.
Okay. So what hits your account on a normal monthly basis?
From Domino's about $1,400.
From Domino's, meaning probably something else. Okay. Well, honestly, there hasn't been a single person that serves in the military that doesn't have some kind of disability. So
yes, I am 100% with the VA. So I get like
100%. Wow.
Yes,
what do you get on a monthly basis?
About $3,800.
Okay. Net, that's what your account?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that immediately, because you would not be able to survive on the $1,400.
No.
Wouldn't even be an option. How many hours a week do you work at Domino's?
Like 30.
Well, I guess
I work my off. I love it there, honestly. Okay, so
yeah,
one
30
thing,
hours a week. Well,
I love it.
You're only able to work 30 hours a week because of the disability, though. If you weren't getting the disability, 30 just wouldn't be an option.
I'm not exact. I have to look. I think it has to do with monetary. So like how much you earn. If you earn over a certain amount, then they start taking your monetary benefits away. But
Does that discourage you from going and making a career, though?
No, honestly.
Wouldn't it though? No, mathematically?
No, because the life that I want to live, like I want to live on a piece of property with, and with horses.
Oh, you're fitting the fucking look. That makes sense.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's my passion. So I can't do that
land?
passion. Yeah, land, horses, freaking, doing
girl.
that thing.
Sure.
And
from Minnesota.
I can't do all of that on $3,800 a month.
No. Okay. So what's your plan to go from 30 hours a week income at Domino's to rancher, which requires a lot of upfront payment?
Well, so
ranchers usually work for the cowboys, but cowgirl, cow they.
Yeah, you don't know my gender. It is 2025. I'm a cowgirl though. But freaking, so I don't want like a giant 1,000,000-acre ranch. I want like
Girl, I've looked at land in Texas. Even
Well,
like
that's
a
the thing.
fucking
I'm also-
regular acre
Well,
is
that's
like
the
$1 trillion.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm also trying to move out of Texas as well eventually.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get land anywhere. But what is this? But either way, to get to this goal, you are requiring a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we're not getting there at
No.
$1,400 a month, and then plus the 38, which is $5,200 a month, which that itself is
It's
not
really
bad.
not bad.
No, it's not bad, but you're...
Yeah. Okay, so I have 2 horses. I want to train.
You have 2 horses.
I do have
What
2
is your living situation?
So I live by myself in a house that I bought in 2022.
You own a house?
I do.
Okay. Is it a ranch?
No, it's just a city house. Like it's 1,300 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, on a city lot, backyard fenced in.
Lot. Okay.
It's a 1/4 of an acre, I think is what they're calling it for the city lot. And then I board my horses at another person's ranch.
That has to be expensive.
It
Again,
is.
if you didn't have the disability, I don't know how you'd be surviving. I feel like everything is going to come back to but if you didn't have, but you do have. Still, what is this income? How are you getting this income up to live the life you want to live, though? You're not making
so
bad
I
now,
want
Jen.
to train horses, not for other people, but I want to like train my horses and go and show them and earn money.
I don't know anything about that, but that sounds like one of those.
Start a small breeding program as well.
It sounds like one of those things that the rare few make it, though, almost like the arts and other sportsing areas, because it kind of is in that realm of the sport area,
Yeah.
in a way, and it's the rare few that make it.
Well, it
And
depends
especially
on
in
your definition
breeding,
of
right?
making it.
In breeding in the sports horse game, is that not dominated by like a few massive players?
Yes and no. I mean, it's very dependent. There's levels to horses. Like you have horses that you can get from the auction for $300, and then you have horses that you can buy
trying
for
to
$1
make
million.
money.
Yeah, but I'm not necessarily trying to make like oodles of money.
But okay, what do you need to make to hit the goal then? What are you saying? Because you
I
said
don't know,
this isn't
enough to like sustain a $500,000 like $500,000 house with some property and a few horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is happening right now?
Okay, so I bought my house after I left the Marine Corps. Like I joined the Marine Corps at 18. I got married at 19.
Married at 19?
Yeah, I got married at 19.
You're 26, so you guys have been together for 7 years.
No.
You have any kids?
No. I got divorced in 2020.
Divorced already?
Yeah, 2021. Oh, military
What?
marriages, they don't last.
Yeah, that's
that's the
true.
thing.
Because everyone just f***s overseas is what someone else who was sitting in that seat told us, who was serving in the military and went overseas. Is
Well, yes, there was.
that what you did?
No, that's what he did.
That's what he did. He f***ed back home.
Well, none of us got deployed. Neither one of us got deployed.
Oh, he was serving.
But yeah, he was also active.
Oh, he was base diddling.
Yeah, so we were both active duty, and
You don't base diddle.
he was off messing around, and yeah, so we got divorced in 2021.
Okay, well, that's a
And-
quick marriage.
Yeah.
How did that impact everything? That's crazy. That's such a young and quick and fast. That was a
It
speed.
sucked.
You speed ran that marriage.
Yeah, it sucked because we got a house and we were making like Lance Corporal pay. So anything that I bought for the house went on this credit card that I had gotten when I first joined the military. Yeah, so they came.
What you mean, like the moment you joined, you opened a big credit card? What did you open?
Pretty much. Like
Okay,
they had
what?
so they sent down a credit card application.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I filled it out, and
Just like a lot of people, honestly,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
Wait. They gave me a $15,000 limit.
Okay, that's very high.
Off the
I'm just
bat.
saying. Oh my gosh, I'm just saying. A lot of people go to college and they open their first credit card too, so it's relatively similar in that
Yeah,
part.
but
at least you had an income.
$15,000?
But at least you had an income. Yes, the $15,000 part is pretty wild.
Yeah.
People get like a couple $1,000.
Insane. And then they bumped
But
it
hold
up
on, but
twice.
but if that was a big issue, you were the one who put it on the credit card, not them.
Yeah, no.
And I know it's still a lot of us we don't know much about personal finances in America. We get kind of out on our own. We kind of learn things. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
okay,
but I
so
was trying to be like a good homemaker. I was trying to be a good homemaker.
You guys were on different bases or something,
No, we
right?
were on the same base.
But he was diddling on the
I
same
didn't
base
know
with the
this at this
person he could
time.
diddle.
I didn't know this at the time, but yeah. Well,
So he was.
It wasn't even somebody on base. It was his ex over his phone.
Oh my gosh! Over his phone, he was just texting.
Yeah, well,
That's still bad,
Also,
but-
fucking sending little wiener pics.
Oh, little wiener. haha.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay. Well, that's certainly not good, and I'm glad you guys got separated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you max out a credit card. What?
Well, so I maxed it out at $15,000, and then we moved.
Which was your choice to do.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't their fault.
But I was trying to provide a good home. Like I was trying to make a good home.
That's not providing. What were you doing to make the good home on the base?
Like I was buying stupid shit from Walmart. Like I was buying.
Making a good home?
Well, I was buying like curtains, and I thought that's what made a home. Obviously.
Well, I mean that stuff is nice. Cash flow. You both were making money.
But it
was still money. It was more, you weren't going into like student loan debt, or anything. So you're in a position where you're actually making money, which might even be more dangerous because you have a little less life skills at that point because everyone's infantilized these days, at 18, and you went in there and you all of a sudden started making money and it made you spend more than you made. Not necessarily you chose to do that, but you may have been more inclined to do so versus those who go in college don't have an income source. So there's less money to spend, so less opportunity to make those mistakes. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just thinking myself through that, but potentially.
But they bumped up my credit card twice without me knowing. So they bumped it from $15,000 to $20,000, and then they bumped it from $20,000 to $25,000.
It's still your choice to spend, so I don't really care.
This is true.
I mean, obviously they wanted to make money off of you. They provided you the product. You're their product, though. Well, Well, I need to change your mindset on this. I agree. 15,000 at 18, that is pretty crazy. You're still the one that did it, though. If we're looking back to 8 years from now and we're talking about how they gave us credit, the bank gave us credit, and that's all we're talking about, not what we did with it, that's a dangerous mindset to immediately have going into this conversation.
But they should have known better than to give an 18-year-old $15,000.
Sure, except they actually did know better. They made a lot of money off of you.
Well, fuck them for that.
Amoro, yes, I agree, but you are still the one that did it. It was your actions that put you into that position. And immediately going and blaming them, which there is blame on them for offering that product to you, you immediately went on that a little more on the victim mindset versus the I did this.
But
if you were saying that at 19, I'd be okay, you're 26, this was 8 years ago.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I've made every payment. I haven't been late on any payments, but
minimum monthly payments.
Yeah, but
so we don't even know what this looks like today.
It's not great.
6 years later, for Walmart curtains.
Yeah. And I mean, other household essentials, like for a while I was in this really bad cycle of like Navy Fed gives you this checking line of credit for $500. So I would like spend all my money and then go into this checking line of credit and then have to use my credit card. And yeah, so I mean, it kind of just got used for everything for a while there.
Why weren't you cash flowing things? Why weren't you guys following a budget? Again, were you educated on it? No, this is what happens with every American. We all go through that same experience. But I want to know the why, because obviously that has not changed today, and we're talking about today.
How I got to this experience? Or how I'm getting to this experience?
No, why you weren't cash flowing.
What do you mean by cash flowing? Please explain.
Buying things.
With cash? Because I had no cash because it all went to bills. It all went to bills.
What were the bills, though? The bills can be different. Were they bills that you put yourself in? Or
it was like just living expenses. And also, like, I don't know what me and him never had combined.
Are you married again? Have we remarried?
No. Why?
I'm asking. I don't know. Because you're someone that already got married. So I would.
Oh, no. I don't ever plan on doing that again. That was marriage is a trap. It is a trap.
I think there's many people who are very happy. I think you just married a bad person and you guys were 18.
19.
Like dumb.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
with no real life experience.
That's enough experience for me, man.
To be honest, most people can make investing seem way more complicated than it should be. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the ups and downs of the market, especially if you're not sure when or how much to invest. But what if you can make investing as routine as setting aside money for utilities? Today's sponsor, Moo, makes investing easy and a staple in your budget. maybe you felt held back by not having enough money to start investing. But with Moomoo's fractional shares, you can start no matter where you are at, investing in portions of stocks from top companies without needing to buy a whole share. It's perfect for easing into the market at your own pace without stretching your budget. And if you're concerned about keeping up with investments or forgetting to reinvest your gains, that's where Moomoo's dividend reinvestment plan comes in. DRIP automatically reinvests your dividends into more shares, continuously contributing to your portfolio without you needing to lift a finger. Plus, if you're worried about not understanding the market enough to make smart choices, Moomoo's got you covered. Their robust news section and technical sentiment indicators provide real-time insights and analysis, making it simple to stay informed with the latest headlines from trusting sources like Rutgers and Bloomberg. With Moomoo, you gain the confidence to make decisions based on solid data and trends, not just gut feelings. To kickstart your journey, Moomoo is offering up to 30 free stocks when you make a qualified deposit and the ability to earn up to 8.1% APY on uninvested cash. It's a straightforward way to amplify your initial investments. Head to the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen to get started. Take the step to shape up your investing routine and make investing a regular part of your budget with Moomoo. Check out the link below or scan the QR code on screen and don't miss out on those sign-up bonuses today. Thanks to Moomoo. Now back to the episode.
I got my fill.
I don't give a shit what you do. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
my fill.
Stay with the horses. Sure.
Yeah. There's a reason. There's a reason I like animals more than people.
Uh-huh.
No.
So, where do you see yourself? 0 to 10. 0 being the worst finances, 10 being the best. Where do you see yourself today?
0. But
okay.
I'm not as bad as some people. I know. Like,
why do I give a fuck about them? Why do you have to compare to them? Boom, it's not your fault at the beginning. It's not your fault at the beginning. It was the credit card people who raised it up. And now we're in a situation where, I am, but I've seen other people that are more. Who cares? Why does that matter? No, that is a hard cope. That is a beyond hard cope. Why does that matter? Why'd you say that?
It makes me feel better about myself.
It makes you feel better about yourself, but that doesn't get you anywhere. If you are able to say that you are okay because you're in a better position than other people, that is going to prevent you from going to the next step. That doesn't get you anywhere. That doesn't do anything productive to you. It might help you fall asleep for that evening, but that doesn't actually make any real long-term progress.
Well.
If you want your Hammer Financial Score, it's free. A link in the description below. And if you want to come on the show, get a nice beat and a tough love, and hang out with all of us down here in Austin, Texas, all you have to do is go to calebhammer.com/apply. We'd be happy to do that and get you here. So, you talked about this house. What's up with the house?
So the house, I bought it sight unseen in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What is up with people doing that? Why would you do that?
I was kind of in a
2017?
No. 2020. I bought it in 2022.
And you said VA'd?
Yeah. Yep. VA. I bought it sight unseen. The realtor just sent me videos, and I was like, "Yeah, it looks great." And
where were you?
I was in North Carolina at the time.
Why?
Because that's where I was stationed.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I sold my Jeep. I had a Jeep that I took out the equity on my car to get. I'm
asking about the house.
Yeah.
Does that have to do with the house?
I mean, I sold the Jeep in order to move down to Texas, to get the funds to actually...
To get to the house you bought,
yeah.
You had to sell the Jeep.
Yeah.
I don't think you were in a position to get a fucking house if you literally couldn't afford moving.
I mean, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. You're here on this show, meaning things are not good.
When I bought my house, I didn't realize how much it was going to be to start, get my electricity started and get my water started and all this other stuff. And then I had to buy windows.
I had to buy windows. Why?
Yeah.
An inspection didn't.
No, they passed inspection. I don't fucking know how though. Because
what kind of inspector did you get? What do you mean? What was wrong with the windows?
So the windows that I had in my house when I first bought the house was single pane aluminum windows that literally rattled when the wind blew. And so my electric bill was exorbitant.
But you didn't need to cash flow the windows immediately.
I mean, I tried window insulation kits to try and keep the keep the heat in.
Yeah.
Keep the
I get it was brutal, but you were forced to do it immediately?
Not immediately. This was like a year after I bought the house.
So you were going into a home purchase, but didn't know that you had to turn on utilities and that cost money?
No.
No. Your realtor failed.
Yeah.
But you failed by not asking questions at the same time.
How did you not know what was going on? I was basically in the fetus position the entire fucking time.
I don't want to picture that. Why did you go into this home purchase? Why were you rushing into this so much?
Because I had just gotten out of the Marine Corps and I was like, not really in the greatest of headspaces. And I was like, I'm just going to go. I didn't know, like, I knew 2 people in Texas. That was it. And I just was like, I'm going to go to school to be a vet. I had always wanted to go to school to be a veterinarian, equine veterinarian. So I was like, I'm going to do this damn thing. I'm going to move to Texas. I'm going to go to Texas A&M. I'm going to do this shit.
Okay, I love that. You didn't have to buy a house to do all that, though.
My thought was that it was like an investment because I was like, well, this isn't going to be, I went into it knowing it wasn't going to be my forever home. But I know with it being really close to the base that's there, that there's always people coming in and out looking for places to stay, like Airbnb.
Okay, so what's the issue here? What
do you mean issue?
Okay. All right, so you owe $129,216.33 on this. It's a pretty cheap home.
Yeah, honestly.
With a $976.21 minimum monthly payment. It's a good payment.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, I was looking at what I was spending renting in North Carolina, and I looked at my house payment. I was like, I can actually put my money towards something for myself versus just literally just throwing it away.
Yeah.
I think that was also part of the reason why I kind of jumped.
5.7% rate. It's kind of normal where things are. I have this loan balance for $23,536 at 10%.
From Mosaic?
What the f*** is this? Yes, what is this for?
That's
yes,
for the windows.
Mosaic.
That's the windows. I did not do any research. I literally...
What does research have to do with taking on a 10% debt? Wait, research on what? What do you mean?
Windows themselves. Like, I didn't.
What does that have to do with the 10% debt?
I didn't do, I should have looked for a better rate, but I didn't.
Rate? What do you mean?
But
again, we had the conversation of, did you have to do this immediately?
Well, okay.
If you didn't have to do it immediately. Also, windows are expensive. Also, why didn't you get different panes? Well, we could have done, I'm doing pane replacement at my house, and that is beyond cheaper than window replacement.
So, pane replacement, I don't think you can replace the panes on a... Do you want to see? I'll show you pictures of my windows, then you'll understand.
I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it.
It's from the 60s.
I'll take a look at it is what I just said.
Okay. Hold on. All right. I hit your mic with my hat. Okay, so like...
We'll put it on screen for everyone.
I don't know. Where do I do that?
No. We will put it on screen for everyone.
So
yes, it's old windows. I had this in my 70s condo.
Yeah.
So mine were 10 years newer. It sucks. I get it. It's just, but you're really trying to figure.
I had that first $600 electricity bill, and I was like, "What the, dude?
That's brutal.
I can't do this." And so
then you couldn't buy a house.
The payment.
You couldn't buy a
payment for the loan is what I'm saving on my electric.
No, you are not taking into account the interest that is accruing. You are going to probably pay more over time.
Well,
we're getting a 10%.
That's over time. Like, I'm not really concerned about over time. Like,
well, then you're not going to get anywhere over time. What's your retirement at today?
I had a TSP through the military that I pulled when I moved.
So f*** you. Overtime matters. Overtime. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about your future. When we're talking about a house, we're talking about overtime. If we're talking about a house, we're not talking about now. When we talk about real estate, we talk about overtime. Real estate's not a 1-year game. Real estate's not a 3-month game.
Well, I wanted new windows, so I got new windows.
There it is. You spoke the truth on the situation. Well, instead of trying to justify your way out of it, you spoke the truth. The electricity bill probably sucked. The rattling probably sucked. You couldn't afford to buy a house, so we sure couldn't afford what you did on the windows. And yes, you could have gotten new panes.
Well,
if you talk to a contractor, I know you did. And now when did you get the new windows?
February of 24. So actually a year ago.
A year ago.
Yep.
$23,536.65 still owed on it. at a 10% interest rate with a minimum monthly payment of $336. What's your energy bill today?
Like $300.
Okay, so no, you said it was $500, and this minimum monthly payment makes up for it. No, it doesn't. Combine them both together, you're at $316. No, you're under by $136. So again, you're just yes, but you lost it. You said you made up it. You're not making up it. You're under. So you've lost money.
$100.
Yes, but you lost. But no. That's not the point. That's not the point. Hey, listen. You tit. Listen. I'm concerned you don't know what I'm talking about. You specifically told me this loan's okay because of the difference between the electricity bill between then and now. I have actually saved money when in fact you're actually losing an additional $136. You said you made the difference. You're not breaking even. You're down 136. You're not breaking even. You're down 136. Compared to the 500, guess what? Huh? Guess what, cowgirl? Huh? 27% extra on top of that, plus the 10% interest. So in reality, you lost 37%. That was incorrect what you said. Incorrect.
It's like $100. $100 is like, it's not insignificant, but like in the grand scheme of things.
Not insignificant? What are you talking about, not insignificant?
Okay, so I spend... Okay,
you have no respect for the fucking dollar. Is this because
it makes sense in my brain?
Listen. You have a disability that came from the military. Yeah. So because of that, money is coming in. I don't have a problem with that. But because it is money that you are not working for, I think you have lost the value of the dollar. And I think because you're saying $100 is nothing, $100 in a position of someone making $1,200 a month from their actual work is huge. $137
I make like $1,400.
Shut the up. You make $1,400 of your $136 extra of your 14. By the way, that's like a minimum monthly debt payment, a substantial minimum monthly debt payment. That is almost 10%. That is almost 10% of your income. You're saying that's insignificant? 10% of your income? 10% of your income? I want you to invest 20% of your income in order to get to a good place by retirement. You're saying 10% is insignificant?
Get me out of this debt and I will.
No.
Get me out of this debt and I will.
That's not the point, you tit. Again, that is not the point. I am saying 10% is significant. If I want you to invest 20%, you're saying half of that doesn't matter. Shut the fuck up. You're trying to justify your want. All right, guys, this is super exciting for this financial audit channel. I got big news for you today. For the rest of this week, if you join our YouTube membership at the elite level or upgrade from pro to elite, I'm going to pay for it. I am going to directly reimburse you for the $5 for upgrading or $10 if you join now. It's essentially like a free trial, except since it doesn't offer it, I'm going to pay for it for you. All you have to do is follow the instructions that I'm going to post in the membership area. Send us that proof and I'm going to send you the money and boom. You joined Hammer Elite for free. Yes! Seriously, guys, there's thousands of hours of extra content there. You got 2 exclusive member audits a month, the ability to call into our new live show, which is also 2 a month. You just broke Lindsay's heart.
No, that's not true. Honestly, Ashley.
That's Lindsay for you. Weekly live streams.
So Caleb, what's your social security number?
Caleb, I'm doing it.
3, 8.
That is definitely gonna get on your shirt. 3, 2.
And every single financial audit post show, plus member weekly videos. It's crazy how much we have going on.
Well, I got so drunk I kissed a grandma in Spain with only partial consent, and then I ran off through up on the beach.
Plus, it really helps support this channel. So let me pay for it for a month so you have the opportunity to check it out. Make sure you click the link in the description below or the pinned comment below, and I'll see you guys there. And again, make sure it's the middle tier Hammer Elite so that I pay for it. This offer expires at the end of this week. You could not afford to buy the house. I want you to get into a house. I really do. Trust me, people don't even like that real estate as a part or a major part of the Hammer financial score, but it's important to me. So for my score, I put it there. I like real estate. I want you to get into real estate. You couldn't. If you couldn't afford to start the utilities, you couldn't afford the house. If you couldn't afford to move to the house, you couldn't afford the house. If you can't afford just the basic maintenance that comes with the house, you couldn't afford the house. It is as easy as that.
The house has gained like $30,000 in value.
You're lucky on that. That is market moving. That is not something you did.
No, I know it. Well, I mean, I know it's not something that I directly did.
Exactly.
But I bought the house. So.
It could have equally at the same time gone down 30% in value depending on the year. Military bases, sometimes they close. Colleen, that would be a crazy one to close.
That would be insane.
It would be insane, but say we entered a massive recession and they were looking for places to cut back. Again, they typically spend more during a recession anyway, so probably not. But
doesn't war usually bring us out of like that too? Like recessions and stuff? Like historically, like World War II brought us out of the Great Depression.
Mixed here and there. Depends on the economist you speak to. I don't really care.
Okay.
What I do care about is that you're accruing interest of $45. You're at a 10% interest rate. Literally just the windows. How much did you borrow for this?
The entire thing. 25,000. I want to say around 25,000.
So what is the payment fucking term on this? If it's $25,000 from a year ago and you're only down to $23,500, the fuck you 106 payments remaining? Good fucking death.
How many
dude.
years is that?
What do you think I am typing into my calculator?
I don't know.
It's 9 more years.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, that's not. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
That's okay to you. That's acceptable.
I mean, it's better than what I expected. It's not acceptable. It's better than what I expected. So it's better than expectation. I have a very bad.
It doesn't matter anyway, because I go to this next one and it's just a loan. You literally borrowed $1,350, but then financed on top of that. The finance charge on top of that was $1,115.73. That's fucking crazy. Plus the origination fee.
Is that the older one or is that the newer one?
How the fuck would I know? You are supposed to tell me that.
I know.
What side of the table are we on?
There's two from the same.
I don't know. This one's from 6/6/22. Is that the older or newer?
That was the one that I took out for the house when I first moved to turn on utilities and everything.
You borrowed 30% for the fucking starting utilities.
Yeah.
This was the dumbest real estate, real estate can tank you or it can take you. You got tanked. And you bragged about a $30,000 increase in value. That's how much your debt was for the fucking windows. And
yeah, so it levels. It breaks even.
No, it doesn't, because you
breaks even.
No, it doesn't. You're laughing about that. What are you laughing about, huh?
I don't know.
No, what are you laughing about? Huh? What are you fucking laughing about while I'm trying to make a point? Huh?
It breaks even.
Does it? You have 10% interest on it. What do you think 10% of $30,000 is? Does that break it even? No! Stop being a giggly little something that's not taking this seriously. This is your house. This is your life. This actually fucking matters. Answer my damn questions and go through this conversation with me.
Okay.
Instead of trying to make something a cutesy little joke, okay?
Okay. You're going to love the next one then.
Fucking bad.
So you know those windows that I borrowed
Shut the
on?
fuck off. I haven't even written this down yet. I'm trying to figure out your owed balance on this.
Okay.
Do you know your owed balance on this currently?
I think that one is less than $1,000. It's like 900 something.
$900 on the utility startup loan.
Yeah.
At 26.83% interest. $900 owed on it. We'll say, I'm actually going to round it to 200 because you said less than 1,000, so I'll just do 1,000.
Okay.
Okay, so minimum monthly payment, it looks like on this is $41.08. Yes?
Yeah.
And this was just to start utilities.
Yeah.
So.
It didn't look as bad because it was only $41 a month.
Oh, I guess I missed a debt loan. What is this?
I have one that was like $1,200 and one that was $1,500. The $1,200
With
one.
the mosaic?
The mosaic was the windows. Lakeview is my mortgage.
Oh, wait, what is this? Why does it say horse?
Oh,
you have a horse. You have a horse debt. What is a horse debt? What is a fucking horse debt? Is it debt for a medical or is this for the even horse itself?
It's for the horse itself.
200 monthly payments, $200 for the horse itself?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is the horse? What do you mean? Is this a car?
No.
What are you talking about?
So I bought the horse
When
from a
did you
friend.
get this? From a friend?
Yeah, in July. And
For how much?
4,500.
Oh, you're lucky it's 0%.
Yeah, I am lucky on that one, but yeah, so 4,500 for her, and it's $200 monthly payments. And I was also able to work off some of it. So I bought it from the guy that owns the ranch that I board my horses at. So when I first bought her, I was able to do some work around the ranch and work some of it off as well, like almost $200 of it. But I did the math the other day, and I should be owing him for like 22 months from the beginning to the end.
You make $1,400 of earning income on a monthly basis. Let's look up. I have some stats here. Horse. Guess what? Obviously, they live 25 years.
Yeah.
On average. How old is the horse?
She's 7.
Okay, so 7. But guess what? Yearly average maintenance for a horse is $15,800. And you have one or two?
I've had the one since she was 14, or since I was 14. So I've had her since I was a kid. So her expenses to me like don't even matter. Like they are priceless. I don't even.
But they are priced. You make money. You have goals you're trying to get to, and you couldn't start utility payments, and you can't afford anything related to your house. Yeah. So I think it is price and life impact, and I don't know what the you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So $15,800 for one horse, but you have 2. That's fucking insane. So your average maintenance of the horse on a monthly or annual basis, annual, is $31,600. If you didn't have the military, if you didn't have the, over their lifetime, that is $79,000.
Yeah.
$79,000.
Yeah.
And that's like $200 to $500 in veterinary care. Feeding's $1,200 to $2,500. Mm-hmm. Hoof care is $400 to $800, and boarding is $3,000 to $12,000.
Yeah.
That of the 25 years, or if let's just talk about, we already know you're losing money. We already know you're in horrible debt. We already know that even the equity you gain in your house, it doesn't even matter because of your window loan debt. Yeah. And then your utility debt, which you paid an extra $1,500 just to be able to turn on utilities. And extra, you paid a fee of $1,500 to turn on utilities, by the way, is how that works out. But let's just say this. Let's think about lost money and lost time. So $31,600 a year, right? Over the course of 25 years. You take that, let's say I invest it, I open Moo, my investing app that I use, $31,600 a year, 10% return, S&P 500, over the course of 25 years. Okay, so what's your lost money? You essentially lost, and I'm not saying you can't have a horse, but in your position with no retirement, actually pulling money out of retirement, which I need to know more about, you lost $3,107,000.
Okay. I heard this saying.
It's a good thing to laugh at.
I heard this saying once. It's you know how you make a small fortune with horses?
Nope.
You start with a large one. Yeah.
Major channel announcement. Budgeting. It's a new year. We're all trying to budget. We're all trying to make it a little better. We're trying to improve our life. A lot of people on the show, a lot of people out there that I've heard from, they try to start a budget. They can't stick to the budget. It's because it's all too damn complicated right now. You use any of the budgeting apps out there, and it's crazy. It's hard to know what's even going on. It's impossible to set up, and it's a chaos to manage. That's why over this last year, I did the thing. I made a budgeting app for you guys. This does not need to be complicated. You're trying to take control of your life, so it should be simple. It should be chill. It should be easy to set up and easy to manage. I've called it Simpler Budget because that's all it is. It's your simpler budget. But we up the ante with continued education and an ad-free version. In the premium version of Simpler Budget, you can track your spending, set goals, and stick to a plan that actually works by connecting to all of your bank accounts automatically. No manual stuff here. There's actually weekly live sessions with financial professionals to answer your questions and keep you on track. They'll be teaching lessons, and you can ask them things, and they will actually help. There's also weekly mini classes keeping you up to date and educated on every financial topic you need to improve your life. Plus, for a limited time right now, you get access to our new budget-friendly cookbook with 55 money-saving recipes to eat well without overspending. It's time to actually make a budget and stick to it for the first time ever. Let's take control of our 2025 and make this the best year ever. Download the Simpler Budget app today. A link in the description below. This budgeting app will change your life. I love that we're able to summarize our entire life and the goals we're trying to get to and everything we care about down to a joke. Because in the end, that is what your life is right now, a joke. You're set up with incredible benefits where you have this first disability. I know it's for something. It's not like
I mean, with those
like for
benefits,
nothing.
I was
Shut
able
the
to
fuck up.
get
I am
the house.
talking, lady.
So, I mean,
no, I am talking.
It's not like I'm squandering.
No, I am talking. I am saying you got the opportunity where you get the benefits. Obviously, yes, it is because of a thing that you are receiving. Something that happened, but $3,800. Okay, you have that on a monthly basis forever. And you got access to a VA loan, but you're squandering it by getting into a home that has increased in value, but you're not able to realize because you have actually lost money via the interest on the loans that you have taken out. And because of the loans you have taken out, you are then putting money into horses that you cannot afford because you really don't make much money, and you are losing any opportunity for investing on that money because you are throwing half of your salary after benefits a year to horses. And then you pulled out of your TSP. Tell me why, when, what?
So I pulled out of my TSP. I pulled my entire TSP. It was like $1,200 when I moved.
So that covered the move?
That and that other loan.
Jeez, for fuck's
It was like
sake.
$2,400 altogether.
This house.
But it's my first house. Like it's
What?
It's Senate.
What the fuck do I give a shit about that?
don't
Why do
know.
I
It's
care?
just-
First house, guys, I'm allowed to get my life ruined because it's my first house. What the fuck does that even mean? What are you even trying to say? What are
I
you
don't know.
possibly trying to say right now?
People fuck up.
People do fuck up. You fucked up over a 30-year loan.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm here.
Multi-$100,000
I'm gonna fix this shit.
You're not doing anything
I don't know.
to fix it. I don't know what you're talking about. Your miscellaneous purchases alone were in the hundreds and hundreds of dollars in this last month. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's better than it
You say you
was.
want to fix this. You have these horses that cost $30,000 a year to maintain.
Yeah. My spending was better.
You make $60,000 a year with your benefits. I don't know what you're talking about trying to fix it. You are keeping these anchors of your life. You essentially have $30,000 a year to play with. If we use
I'm not
that,
getting rid of my horses.
I'm not even saying that necessarily, but of the $30,000 a year, that equals $2,500 net left in your bank account. Of the, what was your mortgage, like $900,
Yeah.
right?
$975.
$975. So of the $2,500 that you have net on a monthly basis, your mortgage is your cheap mortgage. To be clear, cheap mortgage is taking up 40% of your leftover money. That's fucking crazy. It would be more like 25% of your money before. But since 50% of your income is dedicated to horses, you're not getting to the goals you told me at the beginning. You're not. Because you're having horses, we're doing horse girl math over the reality
Because
of life.
that's what I want to do with the
It's
rest
what
of
you
my life.
want to do, but
You got to start somewhere.
it is what you want to do.
Yeah.
You are limiting your being able to get to what you want to do because you're trying to rush there
Yeah,
to feel
I want
good.
to be there like tomorrow.
But you're not. So you're never going to. It is as easy as that. Those of us that rush to get to our goals without actually following a plan to get there that is realistic never reach them. And you're making it so I care more about your goals than you do. When did you get the other horse? The original horse, Horse OG.
Oh, OG, I got her in 2012.
It's fucking crazy. You do not leave this building until you download the Simpler Budget app.
I already did.
You get premium forever because you're a guest on the show, so you better fucking utilize it. But the crazy thing is, I bet if we put in there, we'll see 40% of our money just in the fucking horse category, which is insane because it's automatic connections and all this. You guys get 2-week trial, but that's crazy. That's crazy that we would open it up your budget app and we'd see 40% towards horses. Horses. That's we can giggle about it, but that's fucking losing everything. It is losing every goal that you want to get to.
Not if my goal involves the horses that I have. my board and what it costs to feed my horses and everything a month is like $1,200, $1,500 a month.
Is that everything, or is there more into it than that?
So
what does it cost? What is it costing you on a monthly basis?
So for like hay, it's like $250.
Just
for
hay.
grain, it's
hay.
for grain it's $250.
Ah!
That's and then their supplement is $200. It's like $100 a month for the two of them. So it's like $100. So it's $200 over 2 months. And then my board is $125 a head. So I have 2 heads, so that's $250.
No.
And then my $200 payment on top of that for the one horse. So and then
plus vet care, hoof care.
So yeah, and then every 6 to 8 weeks, they have to get their hooves trimmed. And
No.
so the son of the owner of the ranch, he does my feet for my horses, and that's $250 a month.
You don't have this money. You have debt. We have debt. You're paying off from windows from a year ago. You're still paying windows for a year ago with 10%. You're still paying. You moved into your house, what, a year ago?
No, 2 years ago. Almost 3 years
she
ago.
Moved, that makes it worse because you moved into your house 3 years ago, and you are still paying on your literal bill to start the utilities, and we're focusing on thousands of dollars a month for horse.
Priorities, man.
Yeah, your priorities are that's what I'm saying, and it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Your life matters, but maybe not to you. Of which, what the is the point?
There's also going to be other stuff added because, like, I'm really trying to get a truck and trailer by the end of the year.
No?
Yes.
How much does that cost?
Well, so I'm looking at trucks that are like less than 10,000 because that's like the only thing that I can afford.
You have no desire to actually meet the goals that we talked about at the beginning. You're never going to get there. You're never going to get there.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think I
How
can.
do you not know? You're never going to get there.
I think I can.
How?
I don't
Explain
know.
the math.
I don't know. I just.
You don't know?
I just have determination. I think I can.
Determination does not do. That is not how that works. That is not how that works.
I think I can. I think I can. Isn't that how it works?
Shut the f up. It is not funny. I am trying to get you to your goal. Stop being a dumb. Listen to me and explain to me how you're actually going to get there. Please tell me.
So the idea was like, I get this horse, right? And this horse has potential due to like her bloodlines and also like her athleticism and everything. So she has potential to do some really cool things. So my thought process was to buy her and train her and then go and show her and win money.
And how's that gone?
Well, I mean, I need to train her first, which
And how's that gone?
not horrible actually. I need to go to these clinics, which clinics are also extremely expensive.
Oh, it's fucking price
like-
to press to make
Yeah,
money,
like
maybe
so
make
for
money.
Some of the small ones, it's like $500. For some of the bigger ones, it can be like in the thousands. But yeah, and then after that, then I get her trained. I go to these clinics. But I need a truck and trailer to be able to do all of that. Like at the end of the day, a truck and trailer, like.
But you're talking about what are you talking about earning conservatively? What are you talking about? Hey, no.
I really don't know.
Then why the f are you doing it if you don't know?
Because
because it's not an answer. Tell me the why. Huh?
I don't have a number, but it's
well, you should have a number. If you're investing $10,500 into it plus $30,000 a year plus the payment to get into these fucking shows, you should probably have at least a little bit of a number. I don't invest into anything if I don't at least have a little bit of a number, and then I go on the conservative side. So what the f are you telling me?
It depends on what level.
What is it called? What are you going to be in? What levels are going to be called? Let's do a little bit of research. Tell me.
So it's okay. The world of horses is vast.
I'm sure it is. How about you give me something to work with?
So like do a cutting clinic.
And what would it be called for you to make that money?
What do you mean?
So you pay to get into the clinic, right?
Yeah,
you told me.
That's to teach my horse, but it's be like a cutting show.
Oh,
so then you have different levels.
Do you get paid to be in the show, or do you get paid based on the results of the show?
It's winnings.
Okay. So a cutting show.
You can also get sponsors and stuff, much like you were talking about.
What level is your horse at?
Right now, well, right
What
now.
level would it be
She's in
at?
kindergarten right now.
What level would it be at in this winning?
No, it depends on how many clinics I
You're
can go
not
to.
able to give me a fucking answer for us to at least...
Because there's so many hypotheticals.
Yeah, but hypotheticals does not... So many hypotheticals does not work in the world of like investing. We want at least an idea of what we're trying to get to.
Okay, so like a couple...
I base my investments off of historic returns, or I base my investments based on like when we invested in the budgeting app, it cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. We based it on what we think we could get in terms of what could we actually build with that. Would people actually want to use it? And of the people that want to use it, how many people are willing to support us? We were able to kind of come up with a conservative number, and we're like, okay, it is worth it to do this. So we figured that out. What would you possibly make in a normal world? How often?
I don't know, like if I go like once a month and if I win like first place at some of the, I don't
What places make money?
I don't know.
I
need to learn about the world.
So you're investing into this without even learning
Not
first.
necessarily. I know something.
Come on.
It's a different. So I've been in the horse world since I was 8 years old. So it's not that I don't know anything about the horse world. It's I don't know about this specific side of the horse world. Like I could tell you about like barrel racing, but I'm not trying. I don't want to do barrel racing.
You need to tell me about the thing you want to do. How are you not able to talk to me about
because
what
I haven't
you want to do?
gotten there yet.
But you're willing to invest $10,500 into it and a one-time purchase with the trailer, and then you're willing to do $30,000 a year on the horses, and then you're willing to spend time on training, which is the opportunity cost away from your work
the truck
and
is
career.
Like, the truck is like a must. Like I am going to be getting a
They
truck by
don't
the
even
end
know.
of the year.
The internet doesn't even know. What are you referring to? Hair cutting, timber, logging, meat cutting? What is it?
What do you mean? Meat cutting?
Oh, I said hour. That's why.
Yeah, but so like the truck is a must because I need like I was late today because I was waiting on somebody else to go get
and now I'm
hay.
late for the people who are subscribed to this for the live session that I'm doing.
Yeah, like I was late today because of freaking I need to borrow other people's trucks to go get hay or food for my freaking horses. Like the truck is a must. Like that will be happening by the end of the year.
Price pool is like 5,000 maybe 2,000. It really depends. Obviously, it can range high, and this is for like second place. Entry fees are $500, so you're buying for the chance to win. So there's not only that, but you're buying entry into these competitions.
Yeah.
Jeez, for fuck's sake, this is a.
That's
want.
why I want to.
You're doing this as a want. You're doing this as a want, not a businesswoman.
I've also thought about doing like a small breeding operation, but that takes money to start up also.
Exactly, and you probably have no data or anything around it that you're able to speak on adequately enough for us to determine if the money you are willing to invest into it actually makes fucking sense.
I mean,
yeah,
I really don't really care at this point. Like, it's kind of just my dream.
Then why the fuck are you here? Then why the fuck am I wasting my time with the conversation with you?
Because I want to make it work.
Make what work? Because I don't support this. Make what work? I don't support this at all.
I don't know. Like,
This is a hobby.
It's what I want to do with.
But you're not able to speak on how you're able to make it work for the rest of your life. And if you can't even say a literal number, we can't talk about the rest of your life.
I'm not.
If I am more educated on what you can make out of a competition than you, someone who doesn't give a then this shouldn't even be a consideration for you.
I'm not. I may have put the wagon before the horse a little bit on this one. No pun intended. But I think I can do it.
How many times have you made that joke in your life?
I mean,
but you dropped that one daily.
I became a Marine, so I told myself I thought I could do that, and I did. So I think I can do that. I told myself that I could buy a house, and I did.
You did, but look where you're at. You still lost money, even though you've gained $30,000 in equity. That doesn't happen for most people. You've done it the wrong way. You can't sell the house and still make a profit today.
Well, you gotta learn somehow.
No, you learn through education beforehand. We're doing a real estate course next. I don't think it's out by the time this video goes out, but that's what you would have needed. You get the debt class, you get the investing class, you get all the classes. Make sure you go through them. And the budgeting class, especially for you, because this is a fucking mess. Go through them. You get it for free and come back on the follow-up channel and prove it.
Okay. Challenge?
Well,
Pinky promise?
Over 10,000 people have taken our debt class, and people literally out there in the audience, people have turned their lives around. So take it. Okay. Oftentimes, people don't take classes and take them as seriously if they get them for free. Usually, there's like if I pay, I forgot what it's called, but when people pay for something, they're more likely to do it and do it efficiently and actually learn from it. Mm-hmm. So there is that like psychological element behind it. So don't f*** it up. Unfortunately for you, I don't have a horse class, but maybe you should take one because you obviously have no idea what the fuck you're talking about for this as a career. You look the part, but you can't talk the part.
Flying by the seat of my pants, dude.
What do I do with that? What can I do? Tell me what you want from me. Because I feel like I'm wasting my fucking time right now, and I haven't felt that in quite a long time, and it's pissing me off.
I want to.
They better. Hopefully, they're still learning something, or at very least entertained. But I'm not entertained. I'm pissed.
I don't know.
You can't tell me what you want.
I want to be better financially.
But you won't listen to me or answer questions.
Well,
and you joke about everything and laugh everything off like it's a joke.
Well, so the horse thing is kind of a non-negotiable thing.
But that's everything. That is 50% of your income. There is nothing that is 50% of our income that we cannot consider non-negotiable when we're talking about fixing our financial life.
Then I'll work more.
No. You're working 30 hours a week and you said, I'm grinding. I'm working my ass off. You work 30 hours a week. You can't work more. I know you. I internalize your language. Trust me, even though you piss me off, I hear what you say. And I base everything I say off of what you say. Okay. And you specifically said at the beginning of the conversation that you grind, you work off. You work a lot. I work my ass off. You work 30 hours a week. Shut the
okay,
up.
That
it might be hard while you're there.
Horse stuff on top of that.
By choice, not work.
But it's work if I.
But you would have to take time away from that to work more, and the horse is non-negotiable.
The time thing is a little bit different, but like
$30,000 a month is non-negotiable to someone that's making $60,000 a year. You have no respect for the money because you are on the disability. The disability, I'm not complaining about that. I need to make that clear because people will cry about it in the comments.
It is accurate. It puts me in a very
because you just get it no matter what. You have no respect for the dollar.
Yeah, it puts me in a very privileged position.
You're willing to just blow it.
Oh, because I got all of this.
Oh, what is this? Upstart. 21.59% interest.
That was
okay. So you borrowed $1,500.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's about 2.5. Okay. What's left on this? Monthly payment of $41.08. What's left?
Probably like not. I mean, it's only a year old, so there's still a good chunk of it, or 2 years. No, it should be a year.
You don't know how much is left? I'm gonna guess it's like $1,000. Okay, so $1,000. Let's just say, just to be safe, 1,300.
Yeah, I want to say like.
Okay,
13,
what was this for? What was this for?
So, my windows were on auto payment.
Are we back to the windows again?
Yeah. So my windows,
these fucking windows.
My windows were on auto payment, and I didn't realize that I had a payment that didn't get made. Like the auto payment bounced. And so I just kept on my merry way with my life. And later I was like, well, I feel like I have more money in my account than I should.
Never had a conversation this long about windows.
And then I looked at my account and I was like $800, $900 behind on my windows. So to make up for that, instead of accruing the like late fees and everything, I took out a personal loan and paid off what I owed, and then now I'm just paying off the.
Is the 21% interest on this over the course of the multi-year process of this loan, about what is it, a 4-year, 5-year loan, 6-year loan, something like that, whatever? Is that really less than one-time late payment?
I did the math at the time. I did the math at the time, and it was like ridiculous dollar amounts a day, something.
Hey, you! Look at me! My job is to sit right here and be the absolutely stunning figure that I am. And some things I just can't help, like my incredible ass, which is why you're all here, of course. But also, some things are in my control. For example, the pearly whites. I yap a lot. And some would say too much. So I get it. But listen, if I'm gonna yap, my teeth may as well look pretty damn good. I drink a lot of coffee to get through these audits, and I started noticing some staining on my teeth, so I've partnered with today's sponsor, Oraglow, and they brought back my confidence for continued yap sessions. The reason I prefer them over competitors is because they actually whiten, but they do it sensitivity free. And that's always been why I can't use these types of products for long due to my sensitive teeth. Seriously, these things are incredible. Make sure to go to Amazon and get the Oraglow teeth whitening strips, or click the link in the description below so your yap sessions can be just as confident as mine with stunning white teeth. Well, how long would you have been late?
I was late by like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that is pretty brutal. That's still fucking crazy. You could not afford this. You can't afford anything you do. Guess what? If you didn't spend $30,000 a year on fucking horses, and also you are just a horse fucking collector at this point. You know what's crazy?
I only have 2.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not
You
even
won't let
that
me
bad.
finish my point. The fact is, you had one. You really couldn't afford one because you couldn't afford the house, you couldn't afford the move, you couldn't afford the windows, you couldn't even afford the payments on the windows. So obviously you couldn't afford one horse. So you decided to get a second horse.
As an
Meaning
investment.
it's not though for you, because you can't even describe how it will return on its investment in a financial way.
Joy
You're not.
and
You
happiness.
probably can, and other people might be able to say, and that's not a return on investment if we're actually talking finances. But the fact that you can't describe it means it's fucking just.
I'm kind of just leaving it open.
Matter. Shut the fuck
like-
up. I am talking. So in the reality of the situation, you got a second horse when you couldn't even afford the first horse because you couldn't afford the house or anything wrong with it. You can't afford the second horse. You can't afford the first horse. You can't afford your life right now. But that didn't matter the first time. So what is stopping us from saying, you know what? I've had fun with this. Now I need to take my fun to the next level, because I know how hobbies work. We always just keep going further and further down the hobby. Yours is just more. So all of a sudden, let's add another $15,000 a year expense via another horse. Technically, we can afford it. Our disability covers it. So you're going to end up with a third horse a year and a half from now. You're never going to have retirement. You're never going to be able to sell your house because you're always going to be underwater on it by the loans you take out in order to pay the minimum monthly payments on the loans you already did take out because you couldn't afford to get the house in the first place. You are never going to be in a financial well spot. I know how people like you work unless you completely change this around. But guess what? You said the biggest thing in there is a non-negotiable. So what the f are we talking about? Nothing is what we're talking about. It's bull. This conversation's bullshit.
Well,
Got anything to say?
no, not really. I mean, nah. I'm making progress. I'm doing better than I was. So
I would love to see proof.
you would
of
have
that.
had an aneurysm if you would have seen my
I'm having an
finances.
aneurysm now.
Oh, would have been like an aneurysm times 2. Would have been bad. You would have seen this like.
Everyone on this show says they're doing better. That's what happens with every single person. I don't believe you for a single fucking second. I bet you have 2 weeks of doing slightly better because you're preparing to come on the show, and to you that is I'm doing better. When in the historical world of what's going to happen from here months from now after the fire from under your ass is a little bit depleted, you're going to be back to where you were again. And 2 weeks of progress will have meant nothing.
What should I?
So this is a personal loan in order to make the payments on the loan that we took out in order to get the windows that we didn't need on the house we couldn't afford to get.
Yeah.
What a train of loans. It's great. Fucking human centipede of loans. Okay, so what is this? What is this?
I don't know. What is it?
The creditor is Cross River Bank. You borrowed
Creditor.
$1,080 with a finance charge of $549. What is this?
I don't even know.
What is this for? It's another Upstart loan, but what is it for?
I think it-
$1,080 you borrowed. With
I
the
think
20
I forget. I needed something.
I'm getting better, guys.
I don't know. I needed something. I forgot what it was for. It was for something that I needed. I wouldn't have done it for nothing.
Sake, you can't even speak. Not only can you not talk of what you can make on this hobby that you're in, you can't even talk about the money you've already spent. How have you made it this far? I asked that a lot, and I'm just as serious now as I am then.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. Yeah. I don't know.
Waste of fucking time.
Not the first time I've heard that one. can't get mad at me for laughing at that one because they're laughing at that one back there too.
It's because you look like an idiot.
Take the spotlight off of you for a while.
You cannot tell me what this was for. That you borrowed in October, a year previous this last October.
I think it had something to do with the horses.
Of course it did.
I know.
You have
So,
two things.
October last year, my horse had to
Not
get X-rays.
last year, a year before this October. This past October.
So not this.
It was October 2020. Oh, no. Sorry, it was this past October. Yes.
My horse had to get X-rays.
So obviously you cannot afford the horse if we are financing what needs to be done on a horse at 17.54%. And that's still a non-negotiable?
Yeah.
You're fucking broken then financially. You're done. You're done. There is no conversation to be had. I'm trying to think of another way to get through to you so I don't just walk away. But I'm not seeing it right now. You're fucking done, dude. You're not willing to negotiate on something that you objectively cannot afford. This is embarrassing.
For you, not for me.
No, why would I be embarrassed? I don't give. This isn't
embarrassing
impacting my
for
life.
me.
It should be. It's embarrassing that it's not, because this is horrible. You have two things that you rushed into: the horses in the house, and all of your debts have related to them so far. This is as easy as it gets compared to other people. Other people, so many things have happened that have gotten them in debt. You just didn't need to try to rush into a house, and you just didn't need to have your wants of horses, and you'd be totally fine.
So
you would have been totally fine.
The horse. So the first horse, the first horse that I've had since I was 14, that was kind of like pushed on to me. That was not necessarily a thing that like
you could have sold it if you really wanted to.
I'm not. So you're gonna sell your childhood dog? You're telling me you're gonna sell your childhood dog?
You said
that's the equivalent
on you.
Yes, it was pushed on me.
That's different.
Yeah, because so she was up north, up in Minnesota.
And also
where I
the
was
reality is, unfortunately, people do have to surrender their pets when they cannot afford them. It is a sad reality, and you can't afford yours.
Selling my childhood horse.
So how is it forced upon you?
Because so the people that had her up there, where she was when I was like in the Marine Corps and everything, they were getting ready to like
when
downside.
You're in the Marine Corps?
Yeah.
This is not your childhood horse.
Yeah, I've had her since I was 14 years old.
What? Why are you saying in the Marine Corps?
I didn't have so I got her when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
I left for the Marine Corps at 18.
Okay.
She stayed with people up north while I was in the Marine Corps.
Who the fuck allowed you to get a horse at 14?
It was
some irresponsible parents. It should have been them. It should have been your parent that took on the horse responsibility.
Well, my dad
visited.
My dad is
then
not.
He's being irresponsible. You do not put that on a 25-year plan
so it's not
of something
my
that
dad.
is beyond
It's
expensive onto a
not
14-year-old child.
My dad. So I had the horse, right? The neighbors that had the horse, they were like, hey, we're trying to get rid of some of our horses because we're trying to move down to Florida to take care of our parents, all this other stuff. And so they were like, here's your horse, take her. And like, yeah, they kind of just didn't.
I would have put her back with Dad.
My dad doesn't have any horse stuff.
Then he shouldn't have been able to buy you a horse at 14.
He didn't buy me a horse.
So how'd you get it at 14?
So my neighbors bought the horse and I leased it from them. Like it was my horse.
Yeah, but someone allowed you to at 14, i.e. your dad.
Yeah.
At 14.
Yeah, I worked with my grandma to make some money.
And they shouldn't have allowed you to commit to something of 25 years long at 14. That costs this much money.
Why? Horses, like.
That costs this much money. It's not about it being a horse. It's you are required to pay $15,000 a year for 25 years, and you're committed to that at 14. That is irresponsible of the parent, unless the parent is willing to take responsibility for it.
Yeah, so, like when it came to vet stuff and whatever, they would pay for most of it, but I was still responsible.
Sure, well, you were 14, but you were still required to for the rest of the 20 years once you graduated
and I still
high
had
school.
to pay show entry fees and everything when I was 14 also, and all that other stuff, so. I think that's why I'm going back to this horses.
It's your fault for a lot of the mistakes you have. It was your dad's fault for not being responsible and allowing you to get this.
What
you were 14,
know.
you weren't able to make the choice. You wanted it. It is the parents' responsibility to say no or to deal with it in a different way and take you to ride horses somewhere else instead of you getting a horse that you would have to commit to for the next 25 years of 14. I have nothing wrong with getting a horse, but there needs to be different levels here. The dad should be able to take care of it. You cannot put a lifetime commitment, horse lifetime commitment, on a 14-year-old. That is crazy.
No. But yeah, so when I got out of the Marine Corps, then my neighbor was like, yeah, so come get your horse. And so I came and got her.
Oh my God, is this seriously another
No, I think that's the
fucking
same
upstart?
one. I think that's the same one. I had trouble trying to find the statement for the...
No, it's a different, I'm getting different numbers.
Is it?
Yeah. No, this is a different one. Jake's confirming it. So what is this for? You probably can't tell me. You borrowed $1,200 at 12.77% interest on October of 2024. Similar time as the last loan, but different amount.
I don't know.
Was this a different X-ray?
No.
You don't even know what you borrowed like 4 months ago. 5 months ago. Come on. Come on! Life-changing amount of money for you.
So I started delivery driving for Domino's. So at first, when I first started Domino's, I was just an insider. Now I'm doing the delivery driving, and I had to get new tires for my car.
You're borrowing that at 12.77% interest rate? No way that had a return on investment that you were hoping for. How much is still owed on this now? I'm going to say about $1,000,
Probably,
if even.
yeah.
It's being generous, honestly. Okay, so tire debt of $1,000. Gosh. Every instance in your life is anytime you do anything, you take a debt for it. That's just how you do it. You know no other way. You've never cash flowed anything in your life. You just debt. And I think there's a credit card next, which means it's like where your spending would be too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I forgot we didn't even get to the credit card yet.
This credit card's insane.
Yeah.
And
I told you. I wasn't lying. I was not lying.
Oh, she's so loud just for saying nothing.
Can I pee really quick? I'm so sorry.
Please, so that you can not be in front of me.
Okay.
Go.
Where's the bath? I'm from the guy's bed. Thank you so much. No problem. What's your step over here?
Ladies and gentlemen, she, on the tire loan, which I won't even have a conversation with her about because it is pointless at this point, she probably still owes $1,000 is what I'm going to mark it. The minimum monthly payment is $27.16. Insane. But the thing that she was freaking out about and cope laughing the f out of is the fact that she owes on a Navy Federal credit card $20,178. Reminder, she makes $1,400 a month of earned income. Of money that she's going out and earning. She is lucky she has a disability. Not for the disability itself, but she is lucky that she is bringing that money in. It is a... Craig, this is insane. Okay, well, I'm going to wait for her because this is crazy. Whatever, $20,178.93 with a minimum monthly payment of $451. $451. And guess what, guys? $451 of the $1,400 she brings in from her earned income, 32%. Over 32% of her earned income goes to literally a minimum monthly payment on a credit card. Literally a minimum monthly payment on a credit card. Well, as I was telling the camera before, essentially this is, dude, 33% of your earned income goes to this on a monthly basis. It is accruing alone $251 in interest a month. And why the possibly would you purchase $129? And you're close to the credit card limit. If you didn't even make any purchases and you just did your minimum monthly payment, how long does this take to pay off?
I did the math, and I looked at it. I looked at something, and it said like 44 years.
31, but yes, insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
And yet you're willing to purchase on it? You're willing to purchase on this.
It was like a I didn't have my card and it was the only thing available
it's for multiple things. It's for buying things at your own work, Domino's. It's something at a bank. It's going in and getting some bullshit from a gas station. This is not a one-time thing. You are lucky it is at 13.9% interest. But no, $6,162 of it are fucking higher interest because they're cash advances.
I'm telling you, it's a lot better though than it
cash
was.
advance. I don't give a No, it's not. This is the number.
It's not like I have a giant.
This is the number. This isn't better than before. It's at max.
Purchases.
I don't give a about
Temu bullet, by the way.
I don't give a I don't know what that means. I don't care. All I care is that this is at max credit card limit. That's all I give a shit about. No way is it better than before. You are purchasing on it. It is stupid. You're not able to make it as bad as before because you're basically at the limit and it takes 31 years to pay off. Listen, you have cash advance balances on here. Cash advance balances.
Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of those.
You pay it!
I have been, but it hasn't gone away.
Because you still purchase on the fucking card. The interest is high. You purchase. Don't know what the fuck this conversation is. Fucking enraging. Enraging. It's okay. I fucking know you work it. Domino's, it's fine, and you can make a career there. You can become a franchise owner. So I don't even care. It's just. Your goals of getting to I just don't see how you get to the goals when you can't even define them in a monetary way. Listen, if you ever decide to change career paths, I can at least gift you a course career certification. I love them for resume enhancements and switching careers. But, dude, I don't know what you're going to do.
I don't know either. I really don't.
It's so funny.
It's not, but I want.
But you laugh about it.
It's more of I'm kind of situation.
No, it's not. Because guess what? You can get rid of half of your expenses. Or you can get rid of the expenses that take up half your income. But you started that with it's a non-negotiable.
There's a lot of reasons why that's not negotiable.
It's because it's a horse and you love them and it's an animal. And I get that. And I am an animal lover. And I'm the last person that would tell you to get rid of it. The simple fact is if you cannot afford it, you cannot give them the quality of life that is required over the course of their entire long term. It is a selfish thing for you to do.
You're correct. And right now I'm scraping the bare minimum. And if
no, you're not. You're borrowing. Look, we just had that. You borrowed huge high interest debts just a few months ago for them because you can't afford it. No, you're not scraping. You're below. You're drowning. You're not scraping.
One of them was for them. One of them was for
but something else was for something else because you didn't have enough money for it. You don't have enough money for anything. If anything pops up today, you don't have enough money for it. You cannot adequately take care of them. It was irresponsible to take on this other one, and you shouldn't have the first one anyway, and it was irresponsible for your dad to allow you to stick to that commitment. $47 and...
My dad didn't really have anything to do with it. My dad was not involved.
Someone had to approve you doing this.
Well, he didn't say no.
Exactly, and he should have. Like an adult. $5 in savings because we're doing so well. $671 in checking. Subscription. Cash App out 200. McDonald's.
That's the Cash App out for 200.
Duolingo. What the f*** you learning, horse? What are you doing?
Spanish.
For why?
Because I'm in Texas. There's a lot of Spanish. I feel like speaking Spanish is kind of important. I don't know. I want to learn how to speak Spanish too.
There it is. You want to learn. Thank you. Well, you were trying to justify it in many ways.
I think it's a valuable skill as well to be dual.
Yeah, I agree. You can't afford it.
Well,
you're literally borrowing almost micro payday loans.
Well, if you were to compare it to like taking a Spanish class in college,
I would say you can't afford that either.
Yeah, well, so that's cheaper.
No, you can't afford it either. It doesn't matter if it's cheaper or not. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. You're literally borrowing for utility payments. You do not afford.
When I first moved in,
you're still paying for it 2.5 years later. So f*** you. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. 10% interest. F*** you. This is literal basic stuff. This is so pointless. Massage, can't afford it.
Massage.
Yeah, effective massage.
That was a freaking. So somebody gave me a gift card, and so I went and I got this free freaking massage. And then at the end, they were like, "Oh, are you gonna tip your masseuse?" And I was like, "Well, now I feel like a dick if I don't." So I fucking tipped him.
You went to the saloon, McDonald's, line of credit payment. Net deposit check, line of credit payment. What the fuck is that?
So Navy Fed has a $500 checking line of credit. So if you overdraft, it goes into this $500 checking line of credit. And then when you get paid, it will automatically pay off your checking line of credit and just give you the remaining.
Oh no, you're in the fucking pay advance life.
I am so sucked into that cycle. It is horrible. I'm fine.
You can't afford the horses. You can't afford Duolingo. You can't afford anything. You're fucking cash advancing. You can't afford life. You can't afford anything. Yeah, you can't afford anything. You can't afford anything. Where does your dad live?
Minnesota.
How's your relationship?
Not great. I mean, it's not horrible, but
Do you have any family that you have a good relationship with?
Some. But I'm not going to live with any.
You might need to live with them. You might need to sell your house and get your payments to nothing. Unfortunately, that might be the only way to still keep the horses, or you have to get rid of the horses. We have to lower these payments some way.
No. I agree with that.
You can't do it. You cannot do this. This does not work. And finally, I got you to Spotify. Listen, people think I'm just like anti-Spotify. I'm not. You literally are borrowing for utilities, borrowing for your horse's x-rays. You can't afford it.
I have.
It's as simple as literally that.
When I first bought that second.
What is FCHF?
FCHF. I honestly.
$450.
Given to?
Out. Yes, out. Oh, wait. It's an ATM withdrawal. Where the fuck did that go?
$450. That's my board for my horses and my horse payment. I do it in cash.
You're crazy, man. Fucking McDonald's. You can really afford it, can't you? Vape City, great. So we're also killing ourselves with a habit that costs so much money on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
No, that is not cute. That is disgusting, actually.
I am trying to quit.
Is what everyone says who comes on the show. It's convenient that they're all trying to quit, but no one does. Car wash.
In my
you really need that. We live in
episode.
Texas. There's no ice. There's no...
It's because I am a delivery driver and that's required by work that I get a car wash.
Time to get a new job. It sucks anyway. You're
I
being
love
paid.
my job.
I don't give a... It's not about that. Did I suggest you didn't like your job?
To me, it is because, like, me liking my job is more than making money and torturing myself mentally over this shit.
All right. I'm done. You're not even willing to get a job that pays more than $9 an hour.
I mean, I didn't say I wasn't
I haven't
willing.
had to end the conversation in a long time. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't had to end a conversation in a long time, but I'm ending this conversation because this is the dumbest fucking thing. This is the worst conversation I've had in my life. Listen, Hammer Financial Score. Let me eat a horse. That'll save you a lot of money. You. We're gonna go into the post show and have a more pleasant conversation. I'm gonna cool down and maybe we'll talk about the rest of this. But I'm done. I'm fucking done. Just join it. Link in the description below, and make sure you download the Simpler Budget app so you don't end up like this. Make everything automated and join the community and education and everything that comes with it. Bye. See you in the post show. You're an participator.
I have.
I was like dating, and you're like, no, I f***ed my friends.
I thought everybody did. Oops.
Why couldn't you have opened the show with this information?
No, but this is like the post show, right? People have to pay for this. Tried to do an only thing. It did not do well.
Wait, you tried only
Posted the on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also a stripper. Super flexible.
Glad we're learning this all at the end.
I'm sorry. It's not relevant to my financial.
We will decide if it's relevant to your finances.
Take two. Let's start again. Start from the beginning.
To watch the financial audit post show, click the join button below.